Like the sea meets every shore, not an if, but it's a when. From beginning to the end, I am fire in the rain. I've been through it all before.
Let's learn to feed our minds with the right information. When you feed your minds with bad news, you get bad news. And this is where you get us developing pressure and other diseases at an early stage. Anyway, welcome to UBC. My name is Susan Awor. You're in the life I live. On this show, I have three people. I think, let me start with her. She will introduce herself, then he will tell us his names. Hi.
Hi, viewers. My name is Nakabure Victoria.
Okay, we have Nakawie Victoria. I'm also going to tell you my sign name because I got a sign name just of recently. I don't know if it's the right thing, but I have to do it for this show. So that she knows my sign name, because now my sign name is this. For that, I'll explain it after. I think for my interpreter will tell us his names. Then we start from there.
Hi, everyone. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Chisole Says, and my sign name is Soda.
Hey, this guy likes soda because they say when they give you a sign name, it depends on what, something like a future, I don't know. Because they spotted my beauty spot and they gave me that. Okay, let's start with Vicky. Vicky, you're going to take us through from your childhood. Let's get to know who is Vicky first.
That's my sign name.
What does that mean?
That is my sign name.
What does it mean? Like, they got it from what? Not about that.
So that is just a side name they gave me. Because of rain, like the car wipers, I could always watch at them. So I could always enjoy that movement. So they gave me it as a sign name.
Okay, if you don't have a sign name, I think you need to visit the society so they get you one. You are not left out in this. Let's start with Vicky. Vicky, take us through your childhood. Then, with someone out there knows who is this Vicky on the life I live today.
Okay. I was born hearing, but during the stages of growth and development, I became sick, and that is how I became deaf. Through my life within the deaf community, it has been very good. However, with some challenges, like at home, they do not know where should we take this child for school, and learning has been a challenge. How do we ask and how do I respond? It becomes a problem. So I always inform parents, please go and learn sign language so that I can also have that interest you achieve. So when they learn sign language, seeing it becomes a challenge. So they always learn slowly, but now, because of sign language, the community and I just feel okay.
Okay, I think that's so nice. She said earlier, you have, if your parents out there and you're interested in learning sign language, please go out for it so that me and you are not left out. In the next months to come, I promise you I'll be doing both the talking and the signing. That is a promise from me. I need to learn both so that Susan is not left out in this way. Let's look at the schools you attended. Maybe someone losing hope right now will pick from there and say, if Vicky went to school, I can do the same.
Okay, my first school was in Tinda School for the Deaf. So after I moved to Ngora Primary School for the Deaf. Then after I went to MSSD, a university. Then before I joined Wakiso School for the Deaf, secondary. Then after, I joined the Chambogo University. So there are many schools. There are many schools from secondary to primary that are inclusive in nature. They have those with disabilities and then the hearing.
Okay, you don't have to keep your deaf child home. Give this child a chance to go to school. When they go to school, the future is bright for them too. The competition is currently high to the point that what she can do, I can do. The only difference is she'll need an interpreter, but I've seen them pick it and be there. Okay, let's look at life after campus. Where did life put you after campus?
Okay, when I graduated, I went for monitoring work. So I felt staying home became so hard. I started asking parents, what other thing do I need to do? So I requested them to look for me some job. So like designing this wedding groom and the bride. So I got an opportunity now afterwards to work as a teacher, and that is how I am living.
Yes, so this means you didn't study teaching.
No, I didn't. In the university, I learned interdiscipline. So like, we always have challenges in looking for jobs, where to work. But I thought, if there's an opportunity of teaching, then I better grab that one. Yes, I may have this as an application just on the CV to make it more heavy.
Okay. Stop telling yourself you cannot do something and stop focusing on the area. I always tell people this other part of you thinking you need something better for yourself starts with zero. When you start from down here, the better job will find you in this small one. Don't tell yourself, I hold a degree in accounts, I cannot do teaching. If there is an opportunity, like she said, go for it. Let's look at teaching. Now, when did you start teaching and how? And I want to know, like you applied, went for the same interview, what's really happened?
Okay. When I asked for a job, I applied. And first they said they need a CV. So I went back home. I had to look for my CV. I arranged it very well, depending on the levels that I've acquired or the certificates that I have. So I have a certificate for coaching in schools. And then I have a certificate in IT, computer. I got all of them and submitted. So I waited for interview. So in the interviews, like they were asking possibly how you behave, how I support my parents. Like it was a conversation. And then thereafter, a week after, they gave me a job. I was surely surprised. And the next month I started working. I had thought of maybe a month, but just within a week I started work. I was very happy. So I've now taught for 9 years.
Okay, I think this is where luck starts from. Some people ask for jobs and it takes 100 years, 10, 15, and you're waiting. But you, just a week, she got it. I think I need to tap this blessing. Next time I ask for a job, I'll take it one day and someone will just hire me. Okay, for these 9 months, I'm going to sit down and ask myself first, I want to know the challenges. And before I know the challenges, I want to know, what do you teach? Are you teaching sign language, English, or all in all you're teaching all of them together?
Okay, for now, in this school, we do not have most teachers who know or who understand deaf people. I am just alone. So I teach all subjects. But before, I was feeling I can teach mathematics and English. So since these other people may not handle, but now I teach all subjects.
All the subjects.
Yes.
From P1 to P7, or you have a class that you look at and say, in my Gund, I can do this class.
Okay, from baby to primary 1. Then, but however, when I am done with it, you see P1, P2, P3, those classes will always continue. So we continue up to primary 4 because primary 5, 6, and 7 are not yet there.
Okay, where we are seated here is a school. For someone who doesn't know, we are at school, and she's the only teacher who does sign language. I am out also for sign language. I don't know sign language completely, but she does. She's a teacher for sign language. Now, I think I once had an interview where they called in people like, we need to learn this sign language. So kids are not left out. January is coming and some kids will be home still. Taking me back to the population of school, I don't expect a school to have less than 300 kids at school. How many kids do you teach in this school? Are they 10, 5? Because I'm looking at work being hectic at the same time for you.
Yes, last time, the first step, we're finding out we had 16 deaf. But when we continued, some dropped out. Some could not manage the school fees. So we have about 6 children.
So the 6, okay, the 6, I think it's manageable. Let's look at, apart from teaching, what else do you do in this school?
Apart from teaching, I have training, skills training, drama, dancing, sports, and different activities.
Okay, looking at sports for person with the deaf society, I want to know, do these kids participate in sports or they just do class and that's the end of it?
Okay. When children start school, they learn. So in most cases, they feel bored and tired with the time. So we get this little time. We teach them like to open their brains, to make them free, and to make them relax. So that they can, with time, we give them tea, and then after, there are those who, due to boredom, like we help them stretch out. We never want them to stay bored at the school environment.
Okay, that's so nice. I think if every teacher was like her, because I'm looking at her doing everything. At some point, I would think she earns a lot of money. Because when I'm given, personally, when you give me a lot of workload, I think my bank has to be smiling. Anyway, I don't have to say that. But anyway, it called for it. I want 2 challenges as a teacher because you're dealing with the deaf. You personally, you're in the same society. I want to know the challenges you face and maybe the children are facing. So me and someone on this show might have mercy and say, let's give a hand if it calls for.
Okay, the challenges are possibly most deaf children, they come from far and they reach school late. So even it becomes hard to help them because most people do not understand the actual condition that they live in and why they come late. So most of them will come crying, they will always cling on you. So the school needs to have a boarding. So there are a lot of challenges for them moving back and forth from home. Then the other, travel. some parents will always give them work, wash plates, and then in that regard, they will always come late. So in different schools like Ngora, Wakiso, they have at least boarding section, but this school lacks such a facility. Also, there are challenges with communication.
Okay, I think communication, everyone will tell you, communication, communication, communication. Let's pray for better Uganda. At the rate to which Uganda is getting there, I promise you 2030, we shall be having everything, and I promise you Uganda is a good country for you and I to stay in. Because I'm saying things are getting changed and we are developing so fast. So let's pray for the better Uganda and work for it, because they say when you work for something, you get in for it. Before I go for a break, I'm going to have a student from this, a child, a kid, a pupils from this school. This child is going to take me through life at school and life at home, and then what they do after school. So we get to know, do we need help? Do they need help? What are we doing as a society for the deaf children? For now, let me go for a break, and when I get back, I'll have the child with me. Okay, learning doesn't stop. I'm going to learn something small. Maybe the two of us can take interest, but after learning, I pray tomorrow I don't forget. Maybe let's learn how to ask for food. Maybe after here, I'll not be a stress to someone out there. I will just say I want food and I'm given this food. Let's start with that.
Yes, for example, you can say, I want this food, then you point at the kind of food.
No, let's start afresh. She's too fast. You tell her she's too fast. Let's start. I want.
Yes, that is good.
Wait, Stephanie. Okay. Let's say I want to go to school.
Yes, we go for reading today. That is good.
That is, I told you people I'm going to learn this. Okay, let's say I want to go to hospital.
Yes, let's go. Maybe I am sick. We go hospital.
Oh,
Sick? Yes.
and this one is so interesting. I'm going to learn. I saw by the next quarter, I'll be signing this time round. Okay, let's know. The last one.
Sure, sure.
How do I stop a taxi or a border person passing and telling them I want to go to town?
Yes, it is simple. It is not hard. Stop them. From me, I am deaf. I am going. There. Okay, you can write the name of the place.
That's kind of long, but let me try it out.
Wonderful.
Okay, I think you've learned, and if you haven't learned, my number is there. You can text me, I'll teach you online. I am good at online. I think for now I've learned so small. The next time we shall sign on. Thank you so much for teaching me that. I'll also teach those two young boys. They don't know anything completely. I'll make sure I teach them. You give yourself peace when you believe in yourself. And that believing part comes in when you sit down yourself and work hard for what you want. Before I went for a break, I promised I had a child from this school where we had the madam. Now she's going to take us through a bit part of it. Being a child, I shouldn't ask her hard questions, but then if she can answer them, I'm fine to go. Hi,
Hi.
how are you?
I
You're
am okay.
fine, eh?
Yes.
You're going to briefly tell me your names, then we start from there.
My name is Nabukwase. Priscilla. Mbalira.
Okay, I have Priscilla, who is a student at Katwe Primary School. Now, Priscilla, someone out there on this show would want to know, which class are you in?
I had finished the primary 7, and then was continuing with the secondary. Then after COVID came in.
So you're a candidate. Are they called candidate or senior one? You know, it's long when I've not been at school.
Senior 4.
Hey, senior
Yes.
4.
Mm.
Okay, I think now, because in senior 4 she can speak more, now we can talk. I thought she was in primary. Okay, take me through your life at school. Maybe some other child out there on TV might pick interest and go back to school, yet schools are opening soon.
Okay, life at school is very okay. Yes, we always mix with the friends. We have teachers. We always practice basically the friendly environment.
Okay, that's good. It's the first time I'm hearing that word friendly. When it comes to person with disability, they always say, we are left out, we are did this, there is this, there is this. Let's look at you're in senior 4. What is coming after senior 4? You know schools are opening next month, which is January. What is your plan?
Yes, I plan to learn hairdressing.
Hey, hairdressing. Let me know some of the challenges you face in the society. Now, these challenges are going to give me an encouragement. And someone on this show is going to sit down and say, if we stop this stigma on person with disability, Uganda is going to be the best country for everyone to live in. Give me 2 challenges you face as a deaf child. Maybe someone out there would pick a lesson from this.
The challenge about home mostly is boring. So I just enjoy playing with the friends and then maybe other fellow students.
Okay, her challenges are minor, 2 minor. We can sort them. Me and her can sort them. I think that 2 minor. After this, she'll sit her down and she'll not be bored at home. I want you to tell me an experience that left you telling yourself, even if I sign, because it's a language, even if I sign, I'm still proud of myself. Maybe a child out there will not lose hope because you never lost it.
About deafness and the student life, may just feel confident within this area.
Okay, you have to tell yourself you're strong and believe in yourself. Believing in yourself will only give you confidence, and that confidence will make you live the life you live. Like here, we'll believe the life I live. You will say, okay, being a deaf child is not the end of it. The life I live. Before I let you go, I want to know, do you stay with your parents?
Yes,
You
I
stay
stay
with-
with my parents.
Do they know sign language? I want to know that communication. Maybe.
Yes, they understand some and forget some.
Okay, the forgetting part is making me ask myself. My producer keeps saying I forget a lot. Like, Susan, you forget a lot. I don't know if this is true or about all parents. That word makes me ask myself if it's true. I forget that for now, because she said her parents forget. I believe I shouldn't. I'm not the only parent who forgets. You're going to leave a remark, an advice, an encouragement to your fellow youths. Let them believe life doesn't stop here. Let them believe there is life after school, and that life there starts now.
Okay, about children, I think always need to be guided, need to be trained. Dance and drama do not oppress them. So always help them practice. If it is football, then learning sign language for continued living together. So encourage them to always develop, always motivate them, be with them as friends.
Okay, the motivation part of it comes back to the society. Let's learn to motivate these kids. I keep telling my 18-month son, you can walk, and that's how I motivate him. I want the last story of you. I want this story to be either good or bad. Everyone in this world has a story. This story is going to make me go back and sit myself down and say, there's a story out there. It can be school, it can be home, that story, you shouldn't forget it. And I'm pretty sure this show will stay for the rest of it being there. And I'll come back after 10 years to ask if you still remember the story you told me when you were 15.
Okay, the story is about school environment. Yes, there are some challenges, but we are always patient. Like in secondary, I have surely learned well, though despite some challenges. Yes, everything is never clear. The home where I stay is always bored. Like there is no programs that would entice me. So I always look for youth to interact with them.
Okay, I think the same story, I'll come back after 10 years, if both of us still live. After 10 years, I'll come back and we still have this jazz, me and her. I promise that if God keeps us. For now, I'm letting her go and I'm also signing out. My name is Susan Awor. And here we believe I can, you can, we can. The life I live every Monday, 8:30 p.m. and Wednesday, 11:30 a.m. Stay on UBC.
Not an if, but it's a win from